Hello, is this on? Alright, welcome to You're Not Alone. Today's date is October 8th, 2023. It's 11:30 p.m. on a nice Sunday, October night. Um, so it's another late night for me. I guess not too late for me. It's pretty early. But I should go to sleep soon. I have work tomorrow. I know most people are off on Columbus Day, but that's what happens when you have a business. Pros and cons, but more pros, I think. But yeah, life is going. Life is going. The year's almost over. Kind of, I don't know if it's like a mixed feeling of, wanting to get this year over. Because it's been, a bumpy year for sure. Definitely, I think, had, some good moments and stuff like that, but, overall, wasn't so happy with everything, and, um, and that's okay, that happens, sometimes you need years to, like, more bumpier years than others to learn more, to see what's going on, to see what you want, your needs, to figure out some things, But but yeah, but the thing is, I think with my maybe making everything so deep and stuff like that, me getting closer to the end of the year is kind of meaning, the year's ending, a closer year to death. I know that's a little bit dramatic, but I guess it is, or just myself getting older and stuff like that. Just um, maybe it goes back to like not having everything figured out. And I guess, at the end of the day, it sucks because I really feel like you don't get things figured out. You just, maybe some things you do figure out, but then you just find other things that happen that you don't know and need to figure out. So it's just a constant trying to figure out things and figure out what the best move is for yourself. Could either be with job, love, things with yourself, friends. It could be anything. But but yeah, life is going. I finally hung out with some of my friends this weekend, so that was pretty nice seeing some of the guys. I don't know, man. It's just a little weird lately. Like, not getting me wrong, like I love seeing the guys and stuff like that, but I think, like I said before on other things, I think it's a good and bad thing. Like, the good thing I think is, kind of like taking a break from everything, and especially now, like me being a little bit back home away from my apartment. Um, you know, you see your friend. Obviously, I see my friends a little less. Especially I'm working, so obviously you see your friends, less while you're working and stuff like that. And everyone has their own life. Everyone figuring out their own thing. But but yeah, like seeing them was good, but also like I think it kind of maybe makes me sad, or just maybe makes me miss like always seeing them or always doing things with them, or just not always like being in each other's lives maybe, or not seeing, like not seeing like if everything's okay with them or like what's going on, like feel like distant, But, it was nice to see them for sure. Um, it was a good time. It was a good time for sure. Um, how am I feeling? Same. It's just like a same death, or like not death feeling. That's a stupid way to explain it. Like a nothing feeling. It's just like But definitely I've been pushing myself to, focus and like keep going and, take those steps forward like I need to. Um because I do want, a bright future. I really don't want a normal life. I think everyone has their own view in life, and I feel like a lot of people are never satisfied. They always want more. They always like never happy. But I think at a certain point, people get happy or just content. They're just, is like, or they maybe just give up on it because they try so much, and this, like, just not like getting their selves up where they think they can be or where they want to be. Like, it's kind of like obviously, downgrading and like, depressing a little bit, and discouraging, and it's not like helpful. Like it's. Sorry, I'm scratching a mosquito. But it like it doesn't it doesn't feel good having something in your head and being able to accomplish it or to achieve it. So definitely, I feel like people uh like stop themselves short. But it is what it is. That's just life. I guess I'm still figuring out things. I don't know if I'm ever gonna feel okay. Maybe if I ever have a family, maybe I'll feel better. But the thing is that I don't, hearing this, I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm so sad and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I have a great family that supports me, that's always here for me. And I do have good friends that, I believe that will be in my life forever. And, like, and things happen, I'm not a big, I don't really trust easy. So with friends, I don't, you know, in a way I do and don't believe in them. I think friends are really easy to lose. So like it's hard to put complete faith in something that you can lose so easily. Um, but right now I think I do have a good set of people that you know I think do care about me in a way. Um, but yeah, so I don't want you to think like that, that in that type of way. I want you. It's more like I feel like I'm not doing anything enough for them, like for everyone, my family, my friends. Like I'm just like, and I know that's a lot to put, but it is what it is. I just feel like I'm not doing enough, and I want to do more. I want to take on everything, but I just feel like stuck, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like I just feel like blah, sometimes. But it is what it is. I was talking to one of my friends, right? Um, was it? No, it was Saturday morning. I was talking to him a little bit, and I was talking to him. I was like, what's funny? I think, because he was I don't know why it got burned up. Like somehow, like traffic got burned up, and like I was, and I thought about this one time in my head, and sorry about that. I was thinking about this one time in my head, and I was thinking like, sometimes in traffic you see like these people like going so slow and stuff like that when they do have a little space, and I'm like, sometimes I think that some people don't want to go home, if that makes sense. Like they're just so like, because I do catch myself doing that today. Like sometimes like I drive a little bit slower because like sometimes I do I love music and stuff like that. Sometimes it's nice just driving and like playing some music and stuff like that, and just like singing loud, even though I suck at singing. I wish I was a good singer, but it's nice to like just not scream in a way, but like kind of scream and like kind of like get that energy, like get that relief out, or it kind of like relieves you in like I don't know, in some type of way. But I do like that, and so like I do find myself going a little slower, or like sometimes like depends if I'm in like if I want to go somewhere fast, like I'm not doing that. But like for example today, like I had to get gas for the work van, and and I played some, was playing some Hamilton, and I haven't, and it sucks. I haven't really listened to that in a while. I guess I'll get that. Um, I'll get to that another day. I guess I don't really want to talk about that, but yeah, I was listening to Hamilton. It just like popped on, listened to some songs, and I was driving back and I saw like the light was green. I was like, I was trying to slow down a little bit, tried to hit the yellow light to maybe catch an extra song or whatever, but you know, is what it is. But yeah, I was telling my friend this, like, yeah, like, do you think maybe sometimes people just don't want to go home? They just don't want to like deal with like life, like maybe in the car, like while you're in the car alone, right? Like you're just by yourself. You're just not dealing with like you're not dealing with work really. You're not dealing with like family issues. You're not dealing with friends issues. You're not dealing with work issues. You just not dealing with like I guess personal issues because you're in the car. You can't do anything. So like maybe that's just like a safe zone. So maybe people drive a little slower. Maybe people are taking a little longer to go home. I'm not sure. I'm just brainstorming. I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, but yeah. So we were talking about that, and then I look over because I had to pick up my car because I was in the city Friday night when I went out with my friends, and I was getting in the work van to come back to my parents' house, and he was like no, I was like um we were like talking in the car, about like the night, blah blah blah, about life, just different topics, whatever. And then out of nowhere, I don't know why, but it was like raining. It was kind of like raining, um, and I was like, yo, sometimes like I just want to be in the rain. Sometimes I don't know if you guys get that feeling, but sometimes like I just want to like just like stare at like nature or whatever, just stare and like just let the rain pour on me and just like I guess let loose or like escape from reality in a way. But that was just random thought as well. And then also I was like, I just pointed at a house. I'm like, in that house there's a family that most likely we're never gonna meet, and they have like a complete life that we're just not a part of. That they're just going like they're just living, and like it's just crazy how everyone's in their own world, like everyone's doing their own thing, everyone has their own life, and like sometimes you're a part of that life for a short period of time or a long period of time, but I think people need to cherish that a little bit more. I think being in someone else's life, being in those chapters of those book of their book, of their personal book, um, should be like treated little bit with more care. I think people are a little bit reckless, with each other, in times, and they take things for granted, and you know, and like this, they could just be out of your lives forever, and you can never see them again, and won't see them again. Growing up, I had these little friends, blah blah blah. I was never really close to anyone growing up. I was always busy, blah blah blah, with my sport, but yeah, but I'd never thought in my life I would never see them again. Some people I just, obviously in social media, some of them, I see them post picture, blah, 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 but like, you don't like, back in the day, I had like, I hung out with them after school. I saw them in school. We had conversations, talked about, girls, about life. So like, little kid stuff, play games with each other, and like, I never thought like in my head, like maybe because sometimes I do think I do have like a fantasy type of land, like a Disney type of head, if that makes sense. Like I just want everything to be just happy, like if that makes sense. Like I just want everything to be happy and everything goes well and everything, you know, works out at the end. And I just, you know, I didn't, in my head at the time, I didn't think these people will be out of my life forever. Like I never will see them again, and it's just crazy, in my head, like that can happen. And I just feel like, like people should cherish that a little bit more because, letting someone in your life and, your mess and your imperfect world, should be an honor. It's hard to let someone in. You know, for me, talking in a personal point of view, it's very hard for me to let people in, to let people know all these inner thoughts I'm having, or just trust people with my thoughts, and and also asking for help, and asking, saying, hey, I need you. But the thing is, I feel that um I'm not that type of person. I never will be. But it is what it is. But yeah, I just thought I would share those things with you guys. These thoughts, random thoughts I get all the time. In my head, wondering if you guys get the same thing. But I'm working on getting a therapist, going back into it. I've been, I'm not doing the best part, actually. Best, effort really doing it. I should already be had a few sessions underneath my belt since I started these tapes, to be honest, but I haven't. And I don't know. I don't know if it's laziness or I think it's not really laziness. It's more that it's like a mixture of things, to be honest. It's more like scared, and made me disappointed in myself, and just like I don't know the word, like like kind of like I left myself down in a way, because I really, I went to therapy, and the last time I went to therapy, I went a few times, and I really thought, I was getting in a better place, and and I was getting my drinking level better, my anger issues a lot better, and I just thought, like, I thought like I could handle things, and I still think in that point of view, like, that has changed for me in a way, like that type of things, like me, like drinking a little bit too much, and like bringing that towards like an anger, bringing like getting into stupid fights and all that stuff. So like I think I did like it's not like I'm going back to that, but like I think in my head back then I thought, because I was getting that part of myself better, I thought maybe, oh, I don't need therapy anymore, and like and I thought, hey, you know I'm never going to need therapy again. So like I say, I don't know if in my head I thought that was like a good thing, like I got better as a person. So like me going back just makes me feel like I'm not not as good as a person as I thought, if that makes sense. And I just thought that like I'm just going backwards again, and and I just feel like that I'm just gonna have another person tell me I'm lost and stuff like that again, and just have another person not giving the answers I need, because like I don't think anyone can give me these answers. It's just the way I think and the way I am. But in the other hand, I'm kind of excited to go to therapy. I think I need, because like I'm not the best talker. I'm not the best expressing my feelings. I don't do that at all. So I think having like, obviously I'm using these tapes to help me and, express my feelings, like I said in the past tapes. If you listen and just do like, because I build a lot of things in, and I keep a lot of things in, so I don't really share or tell people how I feel. So having like a person, I guess, to actually interact with and like be open with again, and just like completely open with, would be nice. I don't know if I said in the other tapes, but I think I'm gonna try to get a girl. I've been watching this show Billions. Great show. Obviously, you should watch. And Sopranos, amazing show. So both of those shows had. I'm not watching Sopranos. I already finished that, but I'm watching Billions now. But yeah, they both had girl therapists, and I don't know if. And I think that just might be good. I think because after losing. I don't want to say lost. I guess that's a weird way to say, but like after me and my ex are not together, I think having maybe just trying to I don't know, maybe just having a girl person that I can talk to like I used to could help. And not, I'm not saying that like I think that's, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say like having like a, like maybe in my head pretending like it's her in a way, so kind of like a girl. Like, yeah, obviously a girl, but like I'm saying like having like a, pretending like she's like my, pretending she's my ex, if that makes sense. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Trying to pretend my therapist is my ex. I don't know if I'm trying to do that, but you know, I just thought maybe that'll help a little bit, or just, I don't know, maybe just trying something new. But yeah, so definitely need to figure that out and do this. Hopefully this week, and get like um get a session in and stuff like that, and you know, and hopefully that can help out with some feelings and stuff like that, and start feeling better. But yeah, but you know, I'm just like a lost puppy right now. I don't know what's the right decision to do. Work's been okay. I'm kind of like gonna start like a, not like a thing on my own, but kind of like, I guess like it could be like kind of like a branch from like what we're doing, just to that should get extra money off my, in my pocket, that, and obviously that would be helpful. And I think, you know, that will help my spirits up a little bit, because you know, um, after college I, you know, got a job in sales, and you know, it was good. You know, it was good. I was doing good. You know, the people that I worked with was great. Had a great time. You know, I was going through a lot during that time as well. More with, you know, my ex again. um, that time was a tough one. But I'll explain that maybe another day. Um, but but yeah, but yeah. So I had a job in sales, and then I was doing that for a few months. I think like 6 months. Blah blah blah. And then my dad told me about this opportunity to join him. You know, we knew kind of like a family friend type of guy that was in the same line of work as my dad, you know, that is retiring. And he, you know, my dad was like saying, oh, maybe, you know, we can, you know, get his, you know, kind of like his business, get his like accounts, and, you know, I would like kind of like take care of them, and, you know, do the work and stuff like that. But like my dad would also help me do the work, because I couldn't really, I'm still new, and like he, you know, and he said that like he wanted, that I was not ready to do everything on my own, blah blah blah. So you know, I was thinking about it, blah blah blah, and like during that time, you know, my old job, I was only there for a short period of time, but I was ready, about to get a promotion and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, but this was an opportunity to get more money, you know, get six figures underneath my belt at my age, like right after college. So I was like, boom, all right, bet. So I joined, um, and you know, it was going good, blah blah blah. And then my dad, you know, said maybe I should move to the city, you know, in a city. I'm not saying which city. Like I said in the past, I'm not trying to give away too much personal information on these tapes. I am, but I'm not trying to give too much detail. So if people listen to this, they don't figure out who I am. But what I said, but the yeah. So you know, he was like, you know, we had this other opportunity to help me get an apartment, you know, blah blah blah, you know, me and him fixed it up, you know, excited stuff, you know, very exciting stuff, you know, like um and kind of like my ex was coming back in the picture and stuff like that, and um so it was like exciting stuff. Like I felt like things were moving, you know, like I was going up the ladder. Maybe I was climbing too fast. Maybe I was going too fast, like like at my age, like I was just going up so fast. Like I didn't really know anyone at my age personally that had my salary yet, and was going to live alone and be completely supporting himself. Like no roommates, no nothing, blah blah blah. So all that happened, and then then um then like you know I'm there alone, so it gets a little bit lonely. You want to like do stuff, you go out, you meet people, blah blah blah. you know and and I'm not the best sleeper already, so me not sleeping and then going out a little bit, getting less sleep than usual, then your body just crash. And it's my fault, and I messed up a few times, to be honest. And it sucks because I think I'm the only person that would get all this stuff and just blow it away. And I always feel that like I always self-harm myself. I always can't let myself be happy no matter what, with work, with my sport, with family, with friends, with girlfriends. I just can't let myself be happy, never. And I don't know why I do this. I don't know. I don't think I mean to. Maybe I feel like I don't deserve to be happy. I don't know. But so I messed up a little bit, and things. And my dad is tough. Um, in a good way, in a lot of ways. He has a very strong personality. He always, sometimes it's hard being young and stuff like that, and looking and like listening to you, like, because you do, like, especially when you get older, you think you know more than you really do. And to be honest, like, I know not everyone has the best parents and stuff like that, but hopefully, usually parents try to do the best, or like look out for their kids and try to put them in a path, even though maybe the kid doesn't agree to it, or doesn't like it. They, the parent, usually the parent does do know more, so they try to guide them in the right path. And my dad, he has a strong personality. He's very, you know, he really he wants you. You know, it's it's more like, yeah, have your little fun, but like, work, 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 work. More about work. So um so what was I gonna say? Oh, sorry, I'm getting tired. Wow, I'm a little tired today. Um, but yeah, he was, he's that personality, and so he cut my, pay down. I messed up a little bit. He cut my pay down, blah blah blah. Now I'm back at my parents' house, even though I still do have the apartment. But I'm, like I said, I'm kind of like regrouping in my parents' house, getting mentally better, blah blah blah. And and right now, on the side from the business and stuff like that, I can get money from doing other things, kind of like relatable to the business, but kind of not like my dad could do this, but like the prices these owners or whatever um are cheap. So my dad doesn't, it's too cheap for him to do. So he's saying, instead of you going somewhere else, I do it, and it's good money. And doing more of these things on the side will help me get more money and stuff like that. And I think that will help, you know, especially, this year been tough. I don't know if I said it in the past, but I did lose some money in fraud things, and it sucked. It was right by my birthday, you know, and my birthday's early in the year, so like after last year, I was, I'm not saying, I, after last year, it wasn't, the best year, but I had a lot of good moments like last year, and I felt like good. I messed up a few times, but I felt like I felt a little bit better, and like I thought like things were going, things I was moving up, like I was moving. It was before my pay got less, everything. Like my savings, I was having my saving was crazy at my age. I was able to do a lot of things. I was able to take my ex. I was back with her. I was able to take her here and there. You pay for my friends, blah blah blah. I was saving, having fun, blah blah blah. Like I was feeling good. So you know, before New Year's hit, you know, I wrote down my goals, blah blah blah. I always do this, and to be honest, like I really felt these were realistic goals, blah blah blah. Boom. So my birthday's early, in the year. So the year happened, the new year happened, blah blah blah. We're in the new year, and I by my birthday I dealt with like a fraud situation, and I lost a lot of money. You know, I lost like a little bit over $30,000, and at my age, it's I think at anyone age really that's a hard blow to lose, and it's a lot to lose, and especially it was very tough. Mentally, I felt very stupid. I just felt like a sucker, because I feel like I'm more old school. I feel like, watch all these, I'm not saying like the movies make you smarter, but they do. But like, I kind of like try to be like these, like the way like they think, like, always, thinking a few steps ahead, like the Goodfellas people, like even like the Walter Whites, the Tony Sopranos, like all these great people, you watch and stuff like that, or even my dad or blah blah blah. You see, like I try to think in my head, like I'm trying, think ahead, be like better than the other guy, be better than the other guy, So me losing that money, I just felt like a complete sucker, a complete idiot, and like that just went down, it just went down. I was very stressed, you know. I had to sell some stocks, before I lost the money, I was investing a lot in stocks too at my age. So like I was, I felt like good. So that happened in the beginning of the year, and like everything, and that was just a big blow. I was like, I had to sell stocks to like kind of recruit my savings. My, you know, my my grandparents had like a little like stocks in my name a little bit. They sold very little of them, just to like. So my dad, had the idea to do that because just to show that like I had the money in my account, but still, like, I'm good. I'm like good. Like it's funny to say I'm good with money after I just told you I lost that much money with fraud, but yeah, it's hard to say that, but like, I'm not the type of guy that like waits, weeks to pay their credit card. I'm usually pay like whatever I do that week. Is usually pay off that like week. I'm not spending too much than than I'm supposed to. I'm spending good amount. I'm putting away a lot. I'm good. Like putting away like more than half of my paycheck. Blah blah blah. Like I know what I'm trying. That's how I'm trying to operate. So me doing that. And even though like I kind of like regroup with like selling some stocks, my savings, but still like that's not. You still know, okay. Even though like you look at your account, you still know, and that was a low blow. And I was getting really stressed. I just felt like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Um, I was getting a lot of fights with my ex, about stupid things. We obviously that's for another tape, I think, to explain a little bit more, because I can just go on and on about that. But it's tough, I'm living alone now. I'm a little bit more lonely. I fighting with my ex. I just got with fraud. I don't know. I'm like I feel like I have no time. Like not that I don't have time. I just feel like the week is just passing by me. I'm trying to hang out with my friends, trying to help my dad run the business. I'm like putting time in my family as well, putting time with my girlfriend as well at the time. Trying to save money, figure out like maybe a breaking point, or just figure out how to make everyone have money, or just figure out like what I'm doing, like, or like how not to be normal, So, and I thought I was in the path, and I thought I was doing good, and then things just went down. A few times I messed up. I drank a few times too much the night before. I of work and stuff like that, because I do work, a lot of hours, a lot of days. So like I was just trying to do everything at once. I think I was just trying to be everything. I was just trying to be a good friend to my friends, or trying to be a good son, a good worker, a good boss, a good boyfriend. Good, I was just trying. I just felt like I was taking. Maybe I just took too much to chew, but I don't know. It just was not good. You know, like after I messed up a few times, my pay went down a lot. Not making the same as before. So guess what? That hurts my savings. That hurts me not being able to save as like I used to. So that before, when it was growing like crazy, easy, week after week, feeling good. Boom, you see barely moving. Blah blah blah. Then I'm not. A lot of issues with my ex. Obviously, she's my ex now, so and already she has a new boyfriend. So that's a whole other thing that is affecting me. Me not being good enough as a brother or a son or a grandson, blah blah blah. Just messing up everywhere, not showing like my worth. Just I was just lost, and I was just so tired of messing up, and I just felt like I was giving up. So that's why I guess I'm in this situation I'm in now. Just I guess just try and put the pieces back together, because I think I owe it to myself not to give up, and I was giving up, and I don't want to give up, even though sometimes it's always hard for me to like just do things, or like not do things, but just put like a positive attitude and just feel happy, I guess. And like, even though I have such good things, good people, it's just I don't know why I'm like this, and it just sucks. And I think it's just more I'm just not happy with myself, and I just feel like I'm never gonna be happy with myself, and I'm never gonna be proud of myself, and I'm just never gonna be satisfied. And it's just a weird feeling to explain, but I just like my mom was talking to me, and I'm like, and I swear she was talking to me the other day, and she was like we're having like my mom is always asking, caring, and she cares so much, and she's great, and she's always wondering like how we are, you know, how me and my sister are, blah blah blah, and she's amazing about that, and I know she cares how I feel. The thing is, like, I don't want to tell her how like I truly feel, or worry her. Like I don't like that's not my job to put more stress on her, more make her worry more. So I don't like yeah. So I mean, she when she asks if everything's okay, usually I say okay, it's fine, blah blah blah, move on. But we're talking a little bit, blah blah blah, and she asked me like, well, like right now, like if you can snap your finger right now, what would make you happy? And I just don't know. I just think if everyone around me that I know is happy, that'll make me happy, and I don't know how else to explain it. Like I don't know. That will make me the happiest. I think if everyone else happy, everyone else is happy, and they're satisfied. So, and I don't think in my mind was like that's not the great way to think, blah blah blah, but is what it is. I don't know. That's how I feel. But yeah, but I guess this is life. Life is just funny like that. You know what? Sometimes I do. Sometimes when I take a shower, I just like sit. I don't know if people do this, but I just sit on the floor and just let the water hit me, and I just sit there and I don't know why. Maybe people do that, but like when I do that, like I just feel like the thoughts that go in my head is just like I'm just thinking about. Obviously, I'm just always thinking, and but the thing is like I feel like I do that because like in that space like I just feel so alone. If that makes sense. Like I'm just trying to comprehend time, because like right there, like I'm just sitting, right? I'm just not doing anything, but time is moving, right? And like right there, like you're in the shower, right? So like you're not able to see anyone. You're not like maybe in your room, yeah, sometimes you're alone, but you sometimes you see people or you hear people walking or you hear like your parents in the other room or they come in, blah blah blah. So like but when you're in the shower, like no one's coming in there, like you're just by yourself and I'm like so like I'm just sitting there like in the water and I'm like, everyone else like they're doing something. And I'm not saying like I'm saying I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying like they're just like life is going. That's what I'm trying to say. Like right now, like if I just like in my head I was like if I just sit here, you know, my dad is, doing something like he's like life is going, like nothing like it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. Like it's crazy because like you look at like TVs and movies, right? And like obviously you see extras and stuff like that, but like usually the movies about like either like certain people, blah blah blah. The stories about certain people, So, but like you don't see what everyone else is doing off the camera, you know. So that's why like in the shower, I think about that. Like I'm like, damn, it's just like you're really just like everyone is in their own world, you know. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's just crazy. So pretty much, I just feel like at the end of the day, just enjoy, just try to enjoy, do the things that make you happy. If you want to do something, try to do it. That's what I always try to say and do. Yeah, man. You know what else? I feel like a random thought I thought about that I would like to say as well. I feel like it's a little bit sad. I do have some social media, blah blah blah, and I'm not taking away anyone that likes TikTok, blah blah blah. I know like other kind of social media has kind of like I don't have TikTok, but I'm not trying to say anything about anyone, or hurt anyone's feelings. But I just think that I just think it's crazy how people are doing like weird little dances and they're making millions. Yes, I get it. I guess they're kind of like a form of entertainment for people. So I guess they're. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's not easy or maybe wait, sorry, I'm not saying it's not hard to like learn those moves. I guess if people do get famous, they have to practice on their dance moves or like figure out what's cool to get the viewers going so they get money, blah blah blah. But the thing is, like, I don't know, like to me it's just weird, like I feel like back in the day, George Washington, Hamilton, you know um era and stuff like that when they fought for this land or like or anyone or anyone back in that time, it can be from any country, like you know I don't know if they all of them, everything was so new and stuff like that. I don't know if like their I don't know if their idea would be people just doing weird dances while they were fighting eh, for land and for their freedom and blah blah blah, just to have these people right now just to do little stupid dances in front of a camera, you know, and like them be famous and people worship them. So like it's just I just think it's weird for me. I don't know. I feel like for example, like why do people that invented like the LED light, right? That like changed the world, right? Like people that changed the world, right? Like I'm just saying example, like the LED light, right? That changed the world, right? Yes, there was a light bulb already, but guess what? That light bulb doesn't get as hot when you unscrew it, and that saves money for people, and that lasts longer, blah blah blah. So that obviously changes the world. That's better for the environment, blah blah blah, whatever. So why don't people why not people are talking to him about why people are not talking about him more, you know like why are people not I don't like saying worship or people should worship like random people, but I'm just saying like idolize them, like the people that change the world, like invent stuff, like yes, I know there's Tesla and and Musk and all that stuff, but like still like there's guys that we don't know that are doing stuff that are changing the world. So I don't know. And I feel like most people are just worried about these people just doing little dances in front of the camera on their phone. So I don't know. Sorry. I know it was random. But I just wanted to say that, if that makes sense. But yeah, welcome to this tape, obviously. And like I said, if you're listening to this or hearing this somehow, and need someone to talk to, and let me know, reach out, comment on my the YouTube things, or find me on find the page for You're Not Alone on Instagram, and reach out. Obviously, I can have you. I can figure out a way, how we can get each other on a tape, and and you can be on one of these tapes, and we talk about what's going on with you, and maybe that helps, or just let you vent it out, or we figure out solutions, or we don't, and we just let you vent out and make you feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulder, or if you don't want to be on the tapes, you can just reach out and talk to me, and listen, and that's why I try to explain, I guess. I guess it's, in my opinion, I guess it's harder for me to do this with my parents because, not because I don't want to. It's just I feel like in my head, or in the back of my head, I feel like, I don't know, maybe they're the leaders, or they got it, or they know what they're doing in a way. So I think I try to push this more on my friends, making sure people, I reach out to them and make sure they're okay, and my sister doing random texts and stuff like that, reaching out, making sure they're okay. I've been doing that with my family. I think maybe I should do a little bit more. Maybe in general do a little bit more. Maybe do a little bit more job checking up on people, making sure they're okay. But like I said, if you just need someone to talk to, I'm here, obviously. So thank you for listening. Thank you for, I guess, letting me ramble on about my weird random thoughts or whatever, or just let me talk. I hope you guys listen, and reach out if you need help, because I know people need it, and I know it can be helpful as well. So, yep, just don't forget you're not alone, and just keep going, keep fighting, keep believing in your dreams. Don't let anyone, say you can't do something, and just keep dreaming, and try to put a happy face on as much as possible, and enjoy the little moments. That's all we really have. We don't really own anything. We just own these little moments that, if we're lucky, we get a chance to get. So make sure you remember them and cherish them, and don't take them for granted, and don't think about other stupid things during those moments. Focus on those moments. Live in the moment, Don't be in the moment and do other things, or think about other things when you're supposed to be in that moment. So have a great night or day or whatever, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next tape, guys.